Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Kidlat404 and this is kind of breaking news. I mean, Nintendo literally just posted this on their Twitter feed and it's really important for all you Nintendo fans out there and for me included as well. They've put out a couple of really important information. I'll just go right into it. They've confirmed that Nintendo NX is going to be coming out March 2017, so a little less than a year from now, we're actually going to be playing Nintendo's next console, the successor to the Nintendo Wii U, which is crazy. This means that the NX is getting just more and more tangible. It's going to be more of a reality now than we expect, sooner than we expect actually. I mean, well, some people thought it was going to be coming out in 2016, 2017. There were a lot of rumors, but I think it's pretty fair to say that, you know, less than a year is you know, in my book, around the corner for a new Nintendo console, especially, you know, since the Wii U hasn't even been out for that, you know, traditional 6-year lifespan. You know, it came out in November 2012 and now we're going to be going to March 2017. What is that, about 5 years? So it was cut short a bit, and really it's just because, you know, the Wii U wasn't as successful. It wasn't as popular or successful as the Wii, not by a long shot. And so, you know, a lot of mixed opinions, critical opinions about the Wii U, you know, likely prompted them to go a little bit earlier with the Nintendo NX. So again, this is, you know, there's a lot of implications for this news right here. The second piece of news is that Zelda HD, or excuse me, not Zelda HD, let me take that back. Zelda for Wii U is no longer Zelda for Wii U, but rather it's going to be having a simultaneous release on the Nintendo Wii U and the NX. So they're pulling a Twilight Princess here. Remember, of course, we all know Twilight Princess was released both for the Wii and the GameCube. We're going to see the same sort of thing here for Zelda. And again, a lot of people kind of, you know, speculated this. I thought this myself. You know, they kind of, you know, retracted this whole, oh, Zelda for Wii U, not a lot of news about it. It was shrouded in mystery. And now they finally came out and saying, yes, you know, we're going to be doing the Twilight Princess sort of treatment for Zelda Wii U. So really big information. And finally, there's going to be no NX news per se this E3, this year 2016 E3. No NX news, and that the focus is going to be on this new Zelda game, which has a lot of people on Twitter. I'm reading a lot of tweets right now that people are really scared because for Nintendo fans, you know, they're going to be quote unquote starving this year. You know, what types of games are going to be coming out for Wii U for us to play like this holiday season besides Zelda, for example? I know we had Star Fox and that's great, but you know, what about the rest of the year, right? And so this is, you know, again, kind of linking back to like my previous thought where a lot of these quote unquote games that were being developed for the Nintendo Wii U, you know, a lot of those projects were kind of moved and transferred over to the NX, you know, so that we can have a better NX launch. And that's why, you know, over these past couple of years, it's been a little sparse, let's agree. You know, it's been a little sparse in terms of the actual, you know, solid titles for Wii U. It's like one every 6 months, and that's kind of too long to wait for a lot of gamers, including me, myself. You know, we want to have good AAA games, great games to play on a more consistent basis. And again, also we all know the big weakness of Nintendo with third parties. You know, it would be nice if third parties can actually come in and you know, fill in the gaps where Nintendo, you know, kind of has those gaps. You know, the third parties come in with their own games for us to play. But again, we all know that's the big weakness of Nintendo. And hopefully, you know, like we all have been saying all along, that the NX actually fixes this problem where it actually invites third parties, you know, into the console, and there's more support for the console from third parties, because again, third parties literally just dropped out of the Wii U once they realized that their games were not selling, they weren't making their sales margins, etc., etc. And we all know how that went, and that kind of led to the failure of the Wii U. So that's the news. I want to, you know, just ask you guys what you think in the comments below. There's just a lot of implications towards this, that the Wii U is actually ending. And then, you know, I've kind of made these videos in the past kind of talking about, you know, what I liked about the Wii U, the games I played the most, etc. And so, you know, we're coming to the final phases of the Wii U's lifespan. So maybe you guys can also tell me your greatest Wii U moments, maybe your most favorite game that you've played on the Wii U, etc. All that stuff, because we are literally heading into a new, I guess, era, you know, of Nintendo, especially, you know, with this NX console and new console cycle, etc., etc. So we'll see how this goes. It's Kidlat404, and I'm out. Peace.